And if it wasn't for Emily, you wouldn't have gotten the kittens, which is a fun story.
Which is more money that she says the cat's her. Yes, she hasn't paid for it. She doesn't pay for any of the vet
Well, let's
bills.
tell the story.
Doesn't pay for any of the, but it's hers.
So the house felt lonely for a bit after our family, went through a loss of a cat. And you guys went, I wasn't there when you guys went the first night. What made you guys go to the shelter the first night?
You guys.
It was Emily, Mom, and Emily.
Emily and Kian had went and sat with the animals and let the kittens lay on them, do all that. So Emily wanted to go there and just do the same thing over here.
Just look at them.
Just look at them, this and that. So that's what we did. And then we went a second time because she wanted your mom to do the same thing and go there. And then your mom fell in love with one of the cats there.
And it was like just about 5 p.m. So they were closing, right?
Yeah, and I wasn't planning on getting a cat anyway.
Yeah.
So I wasn't worried about it. And then they said, well, if you want it, come back the next day, but you better get here early because it's first come, first serve. And this, like, yeah, whatever. So I went home. I'm getting ready to watch some football. And your mom and Emily just out of the blue started rushing, getting ready, saying, we're going over there now. I said, it's already after 11 o'clock. They've already been open. The cat's already gone. And no, we got to go. So we went over there, and then you joined us as well.
Yeah. I don't remember who called me. I think it was Emily. And she was like, hey, I need you to get ready, and we're going to go to the shelter. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Because after Lizzie died, Mom was like, no more pets. No more pets. And I was like, what do you mean you're going to the shelter? I thought she was kidding. And then she was like, no, Mom wants you to come to the shelter. She said that you pick the best cats. And I'm like, oh, which is funny, by the way, because I was on a school trip when you guys got Lizzie. So I wasn't even there. And I was in 8th grade.
I didn't want to get the cat then either.
Well, I was in 8th grade, and I had one of those, the little slider. It wasn't a smartphone. It was one of the slider ones with the keyboards. And I get a picture, and it's like, meet our new cat. I'm like, there's no way that they got another cat. It's probably like a stuffed cat or an electric one, an animatronic one. And they're like, no, we got a cat. And I'm like, I did not believe it until I laid my eyes on that cat. But anyway, so they're like, please come to the shelter. And Mom had fallen in love with one. And there were a few that you guys were looking at. And you were kind of like, nah.
Well, the one when you were younger, I just went there at that time. It was a month after surgery, a little over a month after surgery for the second shoulder surgery. And your sister wanted a dog. So we went in there. I just wanted to get out of her system. She walks right in the dog area and walks right through because she's a germaphobe and it smelled really bad with the St. Bernard and everything. So she didn't want no part of that. So she walked out of there and went to the cats. And we went over to the cats and I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Nope, not getting nothing. And then they had a cat jump from the back of the cage to the front of the cage in the air and grab onto the bar in the air. And I was like, well, that was pretty cool. So they took the cat out, had me hold the cat, and she grabbed my face with both her paws. And I'm like, yeah, that was not really cool. They call me the pushover because your mom, your sister, you're such a pushover. We want one. You'll end up getting it. And like,
yeah, so she jumped on the cage, right? So then flash forward from that to, this May. And Mom had found the kitten that she liked. And we call him the bag of pudding because you just hold him and he just stays there. Like he doesn't move. She said,
I can see you're not feeling it. So yeah. I can see you're not feeling it.
So I was like a crazy person. Every time someone said they liked a kitten, I would grab the sheet so that no one else would be able to take that one. Because they were going so quick. Like as we were petting different kittens, that they're like, oh, this one's been adopted. This one's been adopted. This one's been adopted. And it wasn't until we were just about to leave where we see this little orange kitten just screaming, like just yelling all by himself, screaming. And I'm like, I like that one. He's funny. And then he started climbing the cage. So Mom was like, get your dad. And then you went in there and sat down, and Charlie was, well, it wasn't Charlie, it was actually Gypsy was his shelter name, was all over you, and it was so cute.
You could hear that cat purring down the hallway.
So Mom had picked her kitten, you had picked yours, but they were from two different...
You guys had picked mine.
Whatever.
And your
They were
mom
from
said we
two
were only going to
different-
get one.
Yeah.
But I said, if we're getting the one that I like, we'll get the one you like too.
Which is crazy. That's how we went from no more pets to you guys deciding to get 2 kittens. But they weren't going to let us get them because they were from 2 different litters. So they said, no, we're not going to, you can't adopt 2 cats from 2 different litters. So we were a little bit sneaky. And Emily adopted
From
Milo, which turned into Franklin. And then...
But it's officially been changed because we went in the computer
and changed it to you.
She is no longer
the owner.
The owner. No.
So then we were nervous to introduce them, but they fell in love with each other like right away.
Right away. They're always together. If one of them meows, the other one turns around and tries to figure out what's going on, and we'll run over there. But think that one's bullying the other, but they both give as good as they get.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
That's just
they usually say if you have a cat.
If it was just one cat, it would have
one.
been even worse for Maisie, the older cat, because then that younger cat, just like Lizzie when she was younger, would want to keep playing, and there was only one other animal for her to play with.
Well, Maisie's chucking along, kind of. She's not doing so hot, but she's 17 and a half. But
your mom thought she heard her the other night, but she was fine.
Yeah.